Okay, guys, YouTube, welcome to episode number 6 of Play Like a Pro. I am so excited to be watching one of the standout breakout players of the year, the Hercules himself. I'm going to call him the Hercules. I've been calling him the Hercules this entire season. The way he seemingly takes over games, the way he just moves people out of the way. Mercules of OpTic Gaming. I'm looking forward to doing this episode on Mercules because he is a flex player. For you guys who may not understand what a flex necessarily is, he's the one that's gonna most often out of him and Dashi pull out a third SMG where needed. And since the start of Call of Duty, since the start of time, in my opinion, the flex players are always your most talented players. What I want you guys to do who are watching both on YouTube and watching on Twitch, we are going to focus on his arrow. We are going to see what tendencies we can take. Now, some caveats to this. As far as I know, and forgive me in advance if this is not true, Mercules plays default. He plays with I think he plays with a Battle Beaver, but he plays default. So no, I play with Claw, as you can see here, it's Claw. But he doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't use paddles, doesn't use anything like that. So when he's slide canceling, when he's jump challenge, stuff like that, he's doing it in a default way. I don't know how he does it. Credit where credit is due. He's very fluid, even while playing default. So what we're doing, watching the minimap, looking at his arrow. We're trying to see what tendencies we can pick up. I'm not necessarily too worried about what OpTic as an overall game plan they're doing, their flow, their systems, anything like that. I'm just more interested in how he reacts in that, how he plays a part in that, how he takes his challenge, anything that you guys can take away when you are playing ranked. So let's get into this. We're watching Mercules against Boston. Let's get it. It's right here. Delayed push into P1. He'll throw his nade, bounce it off there. So for you guys who may not know this is a break off. The reason why he's doing this is because he doesn't want to get double challenged by 2 and 4. That side is you could chow P1 quicker on that side, or at least it's more favorable to chow it on that side. And what you'll see is teams will try and take cat routes, they'll try and take left routes. You'll see P3 right here from Shotty. He will wait for these guys to activate. He'll wait for progression towards cat, progression towards left, wait for kills to go down, to then late peek, because if they secure cat control and they start hitting pinches in this way, and let's say they trade out number 3, well then 2 and 4 are in a position where they have to worry about their pinch. He's making a play progression to try and play for 1. He doesn't know 1 is here, but let's say he's anticipating 1 is there. It'll then open up a timing for him to do what he needs to. His team will then spawn a refill where needed. So you'll see that here. Let's get into the battle, the winner's bracket final. There you go, you see it here. He'll wait for the first engagement, and then and we stole this from these guys. I will admit we did take this specific break off from them. And you'll see how he then challenges off that. Very confident in the way he challenges. He's using his teammates to open up a timing for him to take a fight off that. From a flow perspective, as long as you can get your teammates to try and take the same fights, this is how you can then naturally and quickly, using your intuition, anticipate all these different concepts, you could take the same fights. And you see that here, he gets 1. OpTic do a fantastic job of getting 3 kills. They'll end up getting the last guy, and now they're in a position where they know exactly where the enemies are spawning. Mason's going to go back and hard block when necessary. You know exactly where they're spawning. When you know exactly where they're spawning, guys, you know the timings, you know the routes, you know who and what number, and then you can position yourself, get into good spots to then win that first gunfight of the next subsequent wave. Right here, his micro is determined by the macro. What is Mercules' objective right now? He's doing what he needs to for the team, running back, blocking. Now he's going to have his scoreboard up. I'm assuming, guys, when you get a clean wave like that, have your scoreboard up. You can see exactly who's going to spawn when, in what number, more or less. You're going to predict exactly where they're going to be spawning, and then from that, you can play ahead. So look at 7, picking up what he needs to do. Fantastic job from him, playing cat control. And it's about pro Call of Duty, guys. It's understand where the good spots are, understand relative to where you think the enemies are going to be, what spot can you play that gives you the highest percentage chance of either getting specific information or to help you win the kill. Both what you see and what you don't see is giving you information, and then you can paint that picture in your head of where you think people are going to be. So right here, he's got cat control. He knows where they're going to be. He's like, right, I don't see anyone here. After a couple of seconds, internal timing in my head, okay, I'm going to check the left in case they've decided to take that route first off spawn. And you can see him shifting across from both positions here, guys. See this. Runs back. Comes back. Let's look at that center in here, guys. Chest high. Again, these are... So when we talk about mechanics, and for you guys that are watching on YouTube, a lot of this is going to be... They're not going to be things you're actively thinking about. Your crosshair placement. They're not things you're actively thinking about. This is built through repetition and built through trusting your muscle memory, especially when you are playing a very quick and very twitchy esports like we do. It comes, you can't be actively and consciously thinking about that because that aspect of your nervous system and your decision making is slower. Look at this. Gets that one kill. The fact that he got that kill, right? Insane. Okay. And he's running away to try and trade, keep the game blocked. So if he doesn't get traded out, he's keeping it blocked so these two don't spawn here. And he's trying to play his life because he's expecting to get traded. Right? So he's running back. And he's expecting in case someone tries to run either this way or this way for the trade. He's playing it. And he has an SMG out because it favors him for that gunfight. And the way he's already weak. Right? He's already half health. The fact that he somehow wins this, I'm assuming Cammy has an AR in this situation. The fact that he's won this is absolutely absurd to me. Macro determines the micro. Look at him then challenging through old because his teammate has progression. Kyler has progression, so he's going to bang old. If Kyler doesn't have progression, I fully expect Mason to not do this and in fact then shift across based on the flow. And now he's going to get time. Now they can play a high line. They're going to shift across. Pick up whatever's necessary. Look at your minimap. Understand what lanes are open. Pick up what's necessary. And look at him playing off his teammate here. Playing a good position with his AR. He's ironing one side. If Kyler's got his right, he's got the left, whether that's communicated or not. But this is an example of fantastic teamwork right here. The amount of times I will see people in ranked get to positions like this and just not be comfortable and confident looking at one thing. Keep the game in front of you, right? We're on LAN as well. So camera childs aren't as strong. Never have been on LAN compared to online, right? And keep the game in front of you. And look at this. He's in a good position. He gets two. And notice how he doesn't have an SMG out in this situation. He has an AR because he's understanding whether it's going to be from the intuition and the experience he has. He's going to be positioned in a way where he's trying to use the benefit of an assault rifle. He knows where you're coming from, bouncing that off his teammates and having an AR out, not an SMG, right? So understand the weapon that you have and the positions that you can play to give yourself the highest chance of winning that gunfight. Very good. Honestly, excellent what I'm seeing here for you guys. Look at him doing whatever's necessary in the moment, trusting the flow. Refill good positions based on the flow. He's going to help probably trade this out. Trading is king. In a good position, playing a 1v2 here. Once you are in the macro, like the positions that you play, you can dictate what specifically based on the weapon that you have. Look at him challenging with an AR. Now he's got an SMG out. I like the fact that he slid shot this though. So look at this. Sliding. Make sure when you're sliding, you're ironing through, as you see all the pro players are doing, guys. When you're sliding to try and camera chow or slide chow or like pop glitch, you are pre-aiming while sliding. He's gonna play it nice. Good irons. Gets two. Notice as well, guys, there were a lot of options he had, right? There were a lot of options he had, especially with the spawn that was given. He could have done this. 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 Cat is a progression spot. Cat is what we call a progression spot because once you get cat control, it's a hybrid spot where you have multiple opportunities to help multiple different lanes. Either, any of these three options are fine, right? They're fine. The fact that he's decided to go through cat gives him a good hybrid spot to get into the engagements quicker to then be able to trade, right? Fantastic stuff right here. Plays cat, plays a hybrid spot in a power spot where he can then hybrid. I'm going to use hybrid spot and power spot like interchangeably, but the fact that he's in a hybrid spot in cat, he can then get information basically every single lane. Gets one, snaps on the second. So look at the way he's playing. Picks it up, irons one. Look at his centering. Irons one, snaps on the second. Knows where the third guy is, ironing, and then he's the last guy, obviously before this guy spawned in. He's the last guy of that previous wave. And look at the way he's slide channel with an AR, guys. He's playing aggressive, playing to trade with his AR. And it's so impressive, the fact that he's doing this with like a default controller. That's the thing that gets to me, right? The way he's challenging that. Lovely. And he's the first guy. He's weak. Now he's going to play a good spot. And this is where you just play the wave. You can hold the setup. Let the game come to you. Now, once they understand, okay, where the pressure is coming from, pro card guys, get to your good spots. Understand where the pressure is coming from. Understand which kills are the most important. So right here, he's in a position where he's going to help Shotzi. He's either going to iron over him or he's going to probably slide cancel Chow the back. Used his stun, used his nade, used his utility. Right here, right, picks up the outer and then you'll see him Chow towards the back with the teammate. The key, guys, when you are a player like Mason, is trying to take the same gunfights or trades as a teammate conducive to the hill, near the hill, and you're trying to do it fast, and you're trying to do it in power spots that give you an overwhelmingly high percentage chance of winning that gunfight. He could have very well stayed here and ironed. He could have very well stayed here, but he's trying to help a teammate. He's got the mindset of take the same fights as a teammate, help a teammate. And I want you guys in rank to do the same thing. You see a teammate, you know where the pressure is coming from, you know exactly where they're spawning, you know, and you have an idea of what routes they're going to take. Well, what's the quickest route towards the hill? Okay, where's the pressure coming from? I'm going to help a teammate towards the time, help him take a chow. And then once you've got the quickest route or the pressure from the quickest route, then you can cut other lanes from the hill if necessary. Especially with a teammate out here. Gets one, gets traded, but really good speed from him. Spawns middle. Okay, no map progression spawn. Picks up what he needs to do. Looks for two, plays aggressive. Look at him how he's playing. He knows he got... Is that his teammate shooting him? Hold on. Is that Shotzi shooting him? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, bloody, I was confused for a sec there. But yeah, now he gets information. Now it's about playing that wave. Let's see how he plays this. Gets into vault. He's probably thinking, right, they've shot me middle. They know I'm going to be mid. So I'm not going to peek. What I'm not going to do is this. The reason why I'm not going to do this is because I'm predicting that they already have streak control and they're going to be watching it. That's what, you know, that's why he's probably taking that vault route here. And now look at him holding progression. Is he going to stay alive here? I just don't know. I just don't know how he's... Who's letting him get away with this? The fact that he's taking a heads up route on vault because he's predicting them to know where he's going to be, right? After he's just been shot and the info has been given to Boston. And the fact that he takes that vault route, plays that close corner and still gets one. I thought here he would just play his life. Truthfully, I'd be like, okay, he has nobody with him. He's going to stay alive, wait for Shotzi to activate. Maybe wait for 5 to watch over him before activating in the play because he's got no teammates around him. But my boy plays that corner. Rips him. He rips him. He rips him. Okay. And now he's trying to play his life by as much time as he can for his teammates to then activate off that rather than just jumping into the hill. The situation, reading the game for what it is, will then determine what you need to do. Macro determines the micro. Right here, buying time, making them overextend until his teammates can get into the play. They've got mid control and then they can get P3 from there. And he gets two! And he gets two! Okay. I need you guys watching to understand the significance of this, right? Understand the situation he is in. The fact that... Forget about everything else I've just said. The fact that he's just got one, decided to play a corner and lay down to make them overextend on on top of him rather than taking the fight, to allow his teammates to get into the play after they get mid control, because you need mid control for P3 rather than running out to the time where he's probably in his head when he's downloading the information and painting that picture that they have streak control. This is selflessness right here, guys. This is him getting one kill, making them overextend to try and kill him. He's not, you know, he's not like actively thinking of like 50, 60, 100, all these different things. It's just, again, repetition to then make them overextend, make him a hard kill because he sees his teammates aren't in position to do anything. Look at Shotzi bottom vault. Look at Brandon just about to get into mid. And then he makes him overextend. But then he gets that kill. Insane to me. Insane. And then he heat checks the third guy to at least to try and force the trade. Insane to me. Spawns up here. Let's see what he does in the flow. I assume they're going to be, yep, refilling through street while they hold mid. He's going to refill through it. So right here, guys, is an example of a system, of a game plan. Understand what lanes you want to fill off spawn. Understand what your flow is off spawn. Understand what your objective is off spawn. So for you guys here, you want to try and get mid control for P3 because it gives you the ability to soak, and then you use mid as a progression point to springboard and funnel people once you spawn them here. That way, you know, you can control time from here. You can then use that to repinch after the wave. You can then also use that to then cut people off, so on and so forth, right? And so right here, macro determines the micro. He's going to be refilling to help then, and to help Shotzi then trade out middle. And then once they get time, he might play a position here to watch for any information on people crossing. The spots that you play will be determined on what you need to do in the moment. That's what they need to do in the moment because that's their system. That's their game plan. Look at this right here. This guy's reading everything. Hang on. You're reading everything. Okay, yeah, so Shotzi calls out. He's on the right side of P1. Okay, that makes more sense. He then reacts. So this is where communication is very important, guys, because he is reacting off the communication of what I'm assuming Shotzi is saying at the moment. Yo, someone's P1 probably towards the right side of P1, wherever the comm may be. And he is then picking that up because that is the closest gunfight he's going to be in. I like the way he's played it from a micro perspective. Rather than instantly trying to like ego child this, he's almost like increasing the distance between him and his opponent with an AR, especially on land, weapon, whatever, all these different things. Increasing the distance, giving himself a better chance of winning that. Ironing. Maybe if he had a sub, it'd be different. He'd probably square up towards the right and try and like at least like peek his advantage him. Use his AR, lets the game come to him, deny any bad timings. Make sure he doesn't like die from that. Picks up that kill, very, very good job. Now he's doing it. I like that. Really good, Mason. Spawns up here, so he knows, okay, the pressure is going to be draw halfway line. He knows the pressure is going to be around here. So what's he going to do? Play towards the right with his AI. He's going to refill through time. He's going to bump Shotzi out. Macro determines the micro. Trust their flow. Bumping him out top after he got the kill. He's going to refill through time as the second guy. He's going to trust Brandon to be watching the cross. Hugh is going to then pick up the right. Communicate. Use your mini-map. Understand the flow. Trust the flow. Understand the situation. And play the wave for what it is. Look at him playing a good position in the hill with his AR. He's predicting where they're coming from. You want distance with an AR. Your positioning is everything with an AR. So, well, it was everything with an AR. But understand where they're coming from. Understand the routes they're going to be. And predict either through communication or predict through your intuition and minimap awareness of where they could be funneling, what routes they could be taking, and then position yourself to give yourself the best chance of winning that guarantee. What he's doing is he's playing a guarantee. He's keeping the game in front of him. He's ironing, playing to get like a routine kill, basically. And he gets 2. Never mind a routine kill, he gets 2, right? With an AR. So a lot of what Pro COD is, guys, when you watch it, positioning gets you the kills. Where you play in a hill, how you take these fights, how you put yourself in a position, in a high percentage gunfight scenario or a high percentage position is a lot of the times how you'll get these kills. Mason's not doing anything flashy here. There's no TikTok clips here. There's no world starring, right? He's playing a good position. He knows where you're coming from. He's bouncing it through the communication. He's filling what he needs to fill. He's committing to a game plan. His flow is good, right? He's in a good spot first. Let the game come to you. When you let the game come to you in situations like this, It's on Boston to clear all of these different angles, right? It's on Boston to play whack-a-mole, to guess, okay, I don't know, you're going to be here, 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 right? He knows, he just has to watch one way. And if you guess wrong, or you aren't ready for that gunfight, well, you're just going to get two-piece like that, and you're on land. You die so fast. Currently 17-6. This guy. So right here, they're playing the wave. I like what Shotzi's doing. I know this is not about Shotzi, but he's in a good position. Free life if needed, because he's still going to spawn up good anyway, as if he's done it quick enough, and he gets the first kill. He's in a position to watch what he needs to. He's refilling where he needs to. So this is good. This is how you set up, guys. And understand in a setup, get into these good positions, get into these hybrid spots, use your stuns for specific information, right? Understand what lanes are open, what lanes you need to pick up. And once you are in these power spots and hybrid spots, you're in positions where you get specific information. You're in positions where you know where the pressure is coming from. You know how many people are coming from a particular place. You can reinforce that. You can play to trade, and you can take team fights together. And right here, OpTic have everything, and Mercules is just refilling where needed. He's in a position where I don't think he's going to hard commit to the fight here, because if he dies, he's going to scam. We have a rule. The guy in time should never die. So right here, he's probably going to look for information here, and maybe he might get a couple bullets in, but he'll try and probably play his life more in order to bring him, and him into the fight. Okay, 30 seconds. Same again. Understand where they're coming. Understand your job in the moment, and it's easier in a team. Understand what you need to pick up. Make sure the gaps are being filled. Come off spawn. Look at your minimap. Look at your kill feed. What decisions you need to make. Where are they spawning? What routes are they going to be taking? Where's the pressure coming from? So right here, doing that. He spawns close. No map progression spawn. You see it here. That is such... So what I want to do here, guys, is I'm going to shut the hell up, and we are going to listen in.
Nice, good shot. Let's move over now. We'll just wrap their cat steps. Wrap their cat steps. Yeah, there's one pool, by the way. I'm going to put you guys right. I'm going to put you right. You in a corner.
Yo, he's all, we're getting spawned out. One's off goal. Nice. Three. Block. Okay, they spawn there. Hold on, play away. I have con. I have all of left. One's left weak. Who? Help him.
What's your cut?
On my left, Cammy's a bullet con. Okay. I'm gonna go left.
Another one close. Purge. He's like our
Yo, what stun are you?
Yeah, we should tell him.
I'm pushing the left.
You really great.
I'm pitching.
Nice, good. PSP ready. We're
NRU, Cammy. Another one. Cammy was weak.
It's close.
There's two. Close camp.
They got a P2 spawn on you, whoever's out. Stay
I spawned here. They're gonna need money.
Is there a top?
Close. Okay, one close.
Really good casters. I'm behind these guys. You guys will. It's gonna be you.
I have our money hit. He's top down on you. Can't stay down. Nice. Outer on me. Awakening. Shit.
He's going to
He's on time. I can't. On time on me. He's outer. Stupid so weak. He's going front. Okay, they're spawn front. One more top cat. Wait, I'll get to the back. I have your cross. T3 dead. I have your cross.
really good.
Okay. I still have cross for money.
I saw the cross.
Cat steps, front short.
He's one shot.
Yo, Cammy's crossing T4.
Cat steps.
Outer left cam.
Outer left cam.
Snoopy, two cats up.
I don't see him. Cat steps, short in time.
He's outer trip.
Short in T3.
Wait, actually, we spawn here. We should look like that.
I'm banging mid though. I'm trying to.
I'm gonna place it. Go in the back, weak. Right, he's on the...
Yeah, I think it's like down T4.
Cammy dead.
T3, T2. There's two outer.
Just hard block.
Yeah, they spawn on time.
They're spawning quick. Like, swear.
Trying to get now.
I think we're spawning on time.
Yeah, they spawn on time. Trying to get to them.
T1 one shot.
Two on me.
Make sure you guys rep hard.
Top cat dead. Another one is still right on me.
Yo, I'm
Playing for the guys right.
One guy's probably on you, Art, by the way I spawned.
One was right on me. One was cat.
I am so impressed by that listening, and I wanna kind of go through with the listening, right? So there's so many things and so many takeaways that I want you to have, even from a communication perspective. Let me start off by saying this. So shout out to Slasher. This is something I learned from Slasher very, very long time ago when he mentioned it one time on stream. And this is backed by neuroscience and science, right? The tone and the way that you communicate will have an impact on those around you in either their actions or their thought process. In Call of Duty, you have a variety of different comms. You have, you know, the tone of a comm, the amount of a comm, the spam of a comm. You know, the communication varies based on, obviously, player to player, franchise to franchise. When you have teams, you have certain teams who thrive and snowball off really fast, energetic comms, because that is the type of communication that kind of fuels their playstyle. So a lot of like teams who thrive off quick, fast, twitchy decision-making players, usually you will hear there's a correlation to this. They will have really fast, urgent, tone, sort of high-toned comms, right? Our team last year and the year before, we were a really fast team on New York, and we actually, for the team that we had, we thrived on quick communication. But it's a double-edged sword, because sure, you might be able to snowball and momentum based off the communication if it's fast and everyone has energy. But the problem with that, and shout out to Slasher, is when it is like that, you feel like you don't have enough time or as much time as you do, right? Or you feel like you're forced to make a play, or communication and important information is missed, right? And things become repeated. And when things become fast, heart rates go up, the urgency goes up, the some of the challenges that you do might be stupid, some of the, you know, the tone of the communication and the way you say things, it can then manifest in your playstyle. The type of team that you are, it can either benefit with some drawbacks. Now, the way I like to look at Call of Duty in particular, and this is, again, I want to give credit to Slasher, one of the godfathers of Call of Duty, right, is having calm comms, having a conversational tone, minimizing the junk of your communication. So when you have comms that are calm and comms that are clear, your mind is free to think. You're reading the situation as it is. You're in the present. Your arousal levels aren't pushing through the roof, which then manifests in the plays and the decisions that you make. Your arousal level are what it is optimal for you, which then helps you to get into flow state, right? That calmness helps you to stick to game plans. That calmness helps you to think with clarity. There's a lot of benefits from a neuroscience perspective on having calm conversational communication, whether it is in the military, whether it is, you know, the tone that you have, that transitions over to sports, and certainly, in my opinion, has and will transition over to esports, right? So having calm conversational comms sprinkled in with urgency based on the importance of the kill is the way it should be done, in my opinion. You look at Toronto, known for their calm comms. Well, if they sprinkled in a bit of urgency to snowball games and a bit of momentum, you can then snowball games, but that's a conversation for a different time. So, long story short, I am very impressed by the demeanor of Mercules, the tone of Mercules. He communicates as though he's been doing this for 20 years. And you will hear the direction and the calmness in his voice. Remember, this is the winners finals of a 2025 CDL champs, about to go, you know, potentially go back to back in his rookie year, and he's communicating as though he's done this bread and butter for a million years. When you have such assured communication in somebody sat next to you, routine, like, you know, routine business, you stick to your game plans, nothing gets missed, right? And I want to talk about even just some of the specific comms he had.
Let's hear the comms. They're taking over.
He's through on me. I'm
At the tree wake. At the tree wake. At the tree wake. Low square.
Did you hear that, guys? I heard you. Having acknowledgement of what your teammates are saying allows them to bounce a play off you if necessary, because they know you've heard it. I heard you. I hear you. One player who does this really, really well is Sib. And what that allows you to do is you can make a play with him. You can make a play in the understanding that he's either going to do something, pick up something, he understands something, right? That is something that not a lot of players do. Because then if you have an I heard you, you're not spamming it 100 times. You're not over cluttering the comms. You're not over talking.
Come on. We are missing
Square.
Nice, good shot.
Let's move over now. I'm
Yo, we'll just wrap their cat sets.
Even the direction he has. So look at him, guys. He's the guy in the hill. He's the last guy in the flow, right? When you are in a position where you are either the last guy in the flow or you are the guy soaking time, especially in a situation where there's 10 seconds left, you can direct. You have the luxury of the game slowing down and you can play a general. This is a different conversation, guys, but this is why IGLs don't necessarily exist in Call of Duty anymore. You're making whatever information you have in the moment, you are making a decision based on that. In the moment right here, Mercules is the one who doesn't have any action. He can see the minimap. He can open up his scoreboard, press attack map, look at his top left, whatever. And therefore, he has the clarity to be able to direct, to reinforce game plans, to reinforce flow, to reinforce systems.
I need ammo.
Wrap their cat sets.
Yeah, there's one above, by the way. I'm gonna put you guys right. I'm gonna put
That's
you right.
probably you in a corner.
What is counter me?
Look at him. Look, even just look at his cam. He's oozing confidence. He's oozing calmness. This is the way he is sat and the way he is acting. This is just another Saturday down at the pub. This is him just playing darts. This is him just like, all right, I'm gonna go to Cheesecake Factory after, right? He's, to be honest with you, Mercules is probably looking forward to ranked straight after this. The way he's sat and playing, he's probably like, yo, I can't wait to play ranked when I'm back. He's probably thinking about ranked right now. That's that energy that you want. That's that calmness you want.
Yo, he's over. We're getting spawned over. One's off. Nice. Three. Block.
Even just directing, even just tracking names, but then you're doing the thinking for your teammates. Pro COD, the very best teams, they do the thinking for their teammates. When you are out of the play, do the thinking for your teammates. Let Shotzi, in this particular situation, he's fighting dragons. Do the thinking for him. Don't, while he's trying to finesse by his time, if you do the thinking for him, he can chain it. He can be fluid. He can just do it on intuition, right? Make the game easy for your teammates by doing the thinking for them.
Okay, they spawn there. Hold on, play.
Even a situation like this. This is a rookie we're talking about. He is telling you, yo, play a wave. What that means, guys, is when you want to play a wave, is get into your spots. Let the game come to you. Don't push out to try and get space. Don't try and push out to get map control. Don't try and push out to flip. Keep them on one side of the map. Keep the game controlled. Play your power spots. Pick whatever lane you need to do in the moment based on your decision making, based on your adapting. And then from that, get specific information and then help each other. Fantastic job here. And even notice, you will see when they die, he pulls out an SMG. Play a wave. Again, do the thinking for your teammates. Do the thinking.
I have con. I have all left. One's left weak. Help him.
You heard that? Help him. Direct your teammates, guys. Direct. He's not necessarily the IGL, but he's directing in the moment, right? He's not, just do the thinking for your teammates.
On my left, Kimmy's a bullet con. Okay. I'm gonna go left.
Another one close.
So, this is another situation, guys, where the macro determines the micro. You're coming off spawn as Mercules. You are reading the situation. You have just been wiped, right? It's a clean wipe. You've only got one kill. Boston are going to have full control of the hill. When you know a team has a full control of the hill, you're trying to predict what they're going to do, what space they're going to be, what spots they're going to be. The more Call of Duty you play, the more this becomes apparent. You have your common spots. You have your common areas that people will bump to. You'll have your common areas that people will play. You put that together, and then the macro determines the micro. In this situation, he's the first guy off spawn, and he recognizes you need to break the hill. When you need to break the hill, it's the responsibility of the first guy to take the route. Why is it the responsibility of the first guy to take a route? Because he has the best timing to do so, right? Because the enemies are going to be worried about their quickest route for their gunfights, whether you're the first guy or the second guy, or they may not be in a position to get space, right? So right here, Mercules, as the quote-unquote flex, understands the situation he is in, which is the macro, pulls out an SMG, because an SMG, for him to take her out with an SMG for a P1 vault, where you want more SMGs, part of the game plan, will help him to do so. He then takes the route to try and at least set up the rest of his teammates. And you'll see it here. He has an SMG here. Takes a route, takes the full route, and as you can see here, when you are the first guy taking a route to break a hill, either they pick you up, which opens up timings for him and him, or him and 6, or they don't pick him up and he gets free timings to pinch. This is why, guys, macro determines the micro. You're the first guy on a wave, predict what the enemies are going to be, what they're going to do, what situation you are in, adapt in the moment, first guy take the route, set up the break. It doesn't work in this situation, but at least it gives them a chance.
Really, really, Brennan.
Pitching, I'm pitching.
Nice go. Speed, Brennan. We're pitching.
Another one. Cammy was weak.
He's close.
There's two.
Close camp.
They got a P2 spawn on you, whoever's out. Stay
I spawned here. They're gonna hit
I spawned here.
Okay, one is close.
Really, casters.
I'm behind these guys.
Look at the flow. Again, macro determines the micro. Look at the way he's playing. He's playing a good spot with his... I'm assuming he has an assault rifle in this position. The reason why I'm assuming he has an assault rifle in this position is the way he's playing. He's positioning for the weapon he has. He understands the situation he's in, where they could be potentially coming from, where his teammates are, putting all these pieces of information together to draw a picture. Update that like virtual map in your head. You'll see it here. There you go. Has an AR. Plays a good spot, and you see the way he takes the child. This is consistent with a lot of pro players, is they'll use the slide to initiate the fight. They're ironing the entire time. So you'll see it here. Look at the way he fights. So he's ironing here, and look at the way he's sliding. Slide iron childs here. Very well. Gives me a little shit on as well, which I like. Look at him ironing.
He's on time. I can't. On time on me.
Right, let's see what he does off spawn here. Spawns back right, which knows, okay, they've pushed out here. Trying to play to cut now. I have your cross. He's understanding off spawn what he needs to pick up. His teammates are dying. He's then understanding in his head where they could be, what map control they have, what space that they have. And he's playing to cut them. Playing a good spot, because positioning makes the gunfight, guys. Look at the way he's challenging. He's not being over aggressive. He's creating distance between him and where he thinks people are coming from. He's looking at his minimap to predict where people are coming from. The more you play, the more you understand what routes people are going to take, because the game's linear. The routes that people take off spawn doesn't change. Letting the game come to him, ironing, holding the cross, setting his teammates up. 44 seconds left, so they can play to soak. Play the wave, play your good spot in the wave, understand how much map control you can get, put yourself in a positive or beneficial position with the weapon that you have. Look at him. Now, once you're in that wave, once you are in that good spot, when you get information of where the pressure is coming from, then you can use your talent, you can take the same fights, you can, whatever. As you see here, now we can play to trade. Place to trade him, boom. Now he's just going to go use his talent. And this is now a situation where you don't have to play so static, guys. Understand pacing as an assault rifle player. Play static when you're in an advantageous position, when you're letting the game come to you. But once the team fight goes down, once you have to trade and be efficient with your trades, then you can start using your talent, using your slides to initiate gunfights, playing to trade. And look how he does it here, guys. Plays a good spot to cut the time in order to trade cam. Rather than playing bottom or to the right, he plays a power spot to give him the best chance of winning that gunfight. And then once he's listening to Kyler's comms, and this is a good situation of Kyler being urgent with his comms, use your talent. Look at the way he slides. This is insane.
Wait, actually, which one? We should look like
I'm banging mid. I'm banging mid though.
I'm gonna play that.
In the back, weak.
Banging mid. Has an SMG out here. He's sliding, 360 in. He's feeling it. You listen to him. I know I'm yapping, but I'm spawning on time.
Trying to get now. Yeah, they spawn on time. Trying to get to. Two on me.
Look at him.
top cat. Another one is still right on me.
Yo, I'm
Playing for the guys right.
Playing for the guys right.
By the way, I spawned.
One was right on me. Snoopy, one was cat.
Well, Joe, I think this map
Look at him refilling what he needs to. He's kind of like predicting where people are going to be, and then from that you can position yourself with the weapon you have. He's going to spawn parallel to 4 because of number 3 counter blocking. Now look at number 7 in this situation. Playing to refill through mid. He's going to play a high line because 6 has progression on P3. They have new. So now he's just going to keep that high line, keep the trades, because as long as they keep trading out and they play a high line, they're not going to flip. There we go. Plays a high line. Lets the game come to him. And look at this situation here, guys. He has an SMG. And he's understanding expertly when to pull out an SMG versus when to pull out an AR. And he pulls out an SMG in this situation. Because he's thinking about, okay, they have new, I'm going to try and get through. Look at him. Boom.
50 more needed for the W. This is not being close.
There you go. He's doing 360s, guys. He's having, like, I'm telling you, I am telling you just by looking at him, he is looking forward to playing ranked. He's thinking about ranked right now. He's looking forward to put up the stream. I'm playing ranked. I'm just gonna 360 these guys real quick, and then I'm gonna get onto ranked. Look at him. He's 360 it. Look.
It's hard to like hype it up. This has just been a murder.
Then the game come to him, and again, guys, your positioning can determine and make gunfights easier for you. And look how he's positioned based on the weapon that he has, right? No flashy plays, no world star running around like a lunatic. Understand, this is an element of pacing, guys. I don't want to see you in ranked thinking like, okay, I need to make a TikTok clip, world star 3-piece, YY, ladder, no scope. No, positioning, letting the game come to you, ironing. You can then dictate the fights.
Right? They're third,
and then look at him. Macro determines the micro. What does he need to do after he gets a wave? Your game plan, your system, where are they spawning? Play your good position after that. Look at him, filling what he needs to.
It's the same thing here with Hoot. Just slow him down, allow him to get his.
And now he's in a position where he can use his free life. They can then read that pressure, get specific information, and they can hive mind and ape where necessary. Gets that first kill of the wave because he's playing aggressive on that wave as he has the free life. He has an SMG, so he's putting himself in SMG fights, predicting where people are coming from, right? Catching people sprinting. They have a streak. So good.
Streak is in, connects with 1, connects with 2.
He's gonna spawn up. He's gonna spawn up. Look at the kill feed. Well, look at his minimap, kill feed time. What does he need to do? What decision he needs to make in the moment? Refill wherever is necessary. Keep the game stupid simple, guys. The less you have to think and the more you rely on your intuition and repetition and muscle memory, things like this happen. There you go, positioned himself. He's probably got an AR in this situation. That's why he's playing that position. Dies. It's fine. He's gonna spawn up good. There you go, spawns up good. Refill again to take the same fight again with the weapon that he has again. Refill wherever necessary, guys.
They seem untouchable in moment by moment, second by second, closer.
Look at the way he's fighting. It's just beautiful to watch. I think one of the things that I really respect about this player is the awareness aspect. The absolute awareness to then determine his positioning. Not only is he really selfless in what he needs to do to set up the rest of his team, fill wherever gap is necessary. It's the awareness of where people are going to be. It's almost like he knows where everyone is at every time, so he's amazingly and perfectly positioned to give him like that overwhelming, like, favorable chance of winning it. Another player who I see is similar to that is Scrap. Always, it feels like he's never out of position with the gun that he has, right? I see similarities like that. Again, it's very, keep the game simple, keep the game basic. This guy is Hercules. Oh my god. All right, let me look at the chat. What's going on? Where's everyone?